welcome to the Four Rings Inn for another episode of City of Shadows. And a very special happy birthday to Tori today.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Excellent. Special birthday episode. I'll try not to kill Oriana today.
Great.
You know,
I would really appreciate that.
I can't guarantee
Thank
it, but I'll try. Last we left our wonderful characters, Renshaw had solidified his relationship with the cult of Cinderfall, getting an official invite to the First of Asha from Viscount Okanor. We also had all three of you questioned by a surprise investigator, back from the dead investigator Dave Ward himself.
That was such a surprise.
Maybe we should have let him die.
Maybe you're like, if I could have let you die, I should have. And revealed his ingenious scheme of how it was in fact doppelgangers throughout the city that is running amok. And then at the end of the episode, the meeting with Juliet Ketters, no-show. She failed to arrive to her meeting of distress.
Also surprised again. You got me twice that episode.
Lots of surprises in the City of Shadows. But as evening falls upon Thalia once more, a second heist is staged for the Grand Reliquary within the month of Maiar. So I'll ask you guys, are you ready for a scary story? The pale moonlight of two moons falls upon the sharp peaks and spires of the flying buttresses of the huge square building that is the Grand Reliquary. Around the reliquary, as staked out by Eleanor earlier this day, there are two patrols of two guards wearing the blue and gray of Stoneworth, House Stoneworth, patrol the reliquary, dressed in full plate armor, each of them, with two additional guards guarding the main front doors of the reliquary, as it has been closed to the public for the evening, giving off a degree of protection and security that matched the Valiant before they left. But Eleanor, you have learned this is but a ruse, but a face Stoneworth has put out, because guards and 24-hour security are expensive, and with the war going on, Stoneworth is looking to cut costs when possible. And you know that the guards that usually patrol the inside of the Grand Reliquary are nowhere to be found. A pure face on the outside to disguise the lack of security on the inside. The entrances into the reliquary are only the main front doors, the locked but large gate in the back for moving large objects in and out, as well as plenty of flimsy glass windows that pepper the buttresses and the decor of the outside, the architecture of the building. And between Eleanor and Oriana, your knowledge of the reliquary, you know there are some magical enchantments that still reside on the inside from the time of the Valiant, but currently is being upheld by the Stoneworth private security. As you guys have had times to plan and prepare for this, you guys may start wherever around. You make plans for the heist and start wherever you would like around the Grand Reliquary.
Where do we want to go in at?
The front door.
There are two. How would you like to distract the guards then? We can either distract all 4 guards and somehow get them all away from here, or we try and stealth through the back where there are no guards and try to figure out how to open that locked door. Which
Actually, I like
think
that
is a
idea
good
better.
place to start. I mean, just trying to figure out if we can break the lock or maybe pick the lock.
Do the windows not open? Like they'd have to be broken?
That's a good question. You would know that the windows on the walls would most likely need to be broken. There are windows along the roof that open for ventilation in the summer, and you've seen them open to allow fresh air in. It's a little bit harder to get to, but it could be done.
Are there other buildings nearby?
Yes. Let me double check before.
I've climbed on the roofs of buildings before. The only problem is I don't know how I would get down.
Yeah, we'd have to have a rope.
A rope.
The inside would be difficult.
Which
The
we
inside part is
do have
difficult.
time to... We had time to
Purchase
prepare. So I guess the question is, do we think we're going to be better at picking a lock or like dexterity roping down from the ceiling?
I
have a really high
prefer-
dex, but I'm down for trying the lock because I feel like if we can get that lock open, I feel like it's pretty simple. It's just about breaking it.
I would prefer if we don't break anything.
Okay.
We are doing him a service by getting the original one back. That is how I am morally holding up this heist.
You don't want to do this Batman style and like drive the Batmobile through the wall of the of the reliquary, start just breaking public property.
Venture, whatever we break, I will pay for it to get fixed.
And I can also assure him in the next couple
why are
days
we
when he
heisting?
returns and this is all over that I was the one who had broken the lock and he doesn't need to further worry about other thieves getting in because he requested that I get the original and he's not here. I asked if we can swap out, if I could borrow the replica, and he wasn't here to give it to me. So I wouldn't mind telling him later that I had to
This
break
is
the lock.
simply a
and I think
matter
he
of
understands.
time.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. Break
Because
whatever.
he would rather have a
whatever.
broken lock and have his real chalice back than have me not break the lock at all.
But we could do the roof approach if you wish to not break things.
Forget it.
Yeah,
we
if you're
can break
comfortable
all.
climbing up on the roofs, I can help you guys up and we can try and slip in.
We can break whatever. That's okay.
Do you think you would be good, Renshaw, at climbing back up the rope?
We can just break stuff.
Break it all. See if I care.
My dexterity
you-
is really good.
You said it's break or dex. I said break stuff.
How's your dex?
Not great.
All right. Okay, so then I think we will be aiming for the back door.
Okay.
And before we get, like, our attack action would be before getting towards the door or being open plain sight around the door, looking around. We're definitely all cloaked up.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
would
have my
use
purple cloak on.
You what?
I have my purple cloak on.
Oh, your purple one.
My very notable purple cloak.
Uh-huh.
I have the big black one and not the Ashen Order one on. But I do have my Ashen Order leathers underneath.
I have my Julius one. And I'm gonna look before we go to the door to make sure. Like, I guess we'd, like, time the patrol that comes around.
Absolutely.
You know, all of that.
Yeah. You watch with their torches, these 2 patrols make their way around the building, doing, like, they're on opposite ends of the building, so they walk around and circle that way. So you watch as one pair turns the corner, their torchlight enveloping the back side of the reliquary in darkness. You have the entire length of the side until the next patrol comes around the corner.
I also just realized we can't have a very obviously broken lock. Because they will come around and see
And
that.
notice that.
But we can try to pick the lock. Or carefully break it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And especially so with the guards rotating around as well, maybe just two of us stay kind of still in the shadows and maybe send one person over to try to hide it, and then if they have to stealth behind a bush or hide as the patrol comes back around, it's just one person hiding instead of all three of us. And then once they get the lock, we can all move in.
Yes.
I could try to pick it first. I don't know what check picking is. Does that have to be sleight of hand, or could that be dex?
It will be sleight of hand.
Can I use innovation?
Ooh, I'll let you do this. If you can give me an innovation or if you can give me an innovation check and you beat a DC 13, you can, out of like things on your person, pretty much create a thieves' tools for whoever wants to use it.
Oh, fantastic.
You wanna try?
Yeah. I gotta think of what's on my person that we could use.
Because I am very small and sneaky, that if it doesn't get done in the first route, I would be pretty well at hiding. I don't know how good I'd be at actually picking it, but
Yeah.
we could try that, and then always take turns as well.
But between the two of us, I'm sure we have like hairpins and like little
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here,
bobby pins and stuff that you can kind of makeshift into bend
And they're
twist into something
probably
that would
like
work.
actually like silver things, you know what I mean? It's not
They're
the like
sturdy.
little trashy plastic things we have today.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me two hair clips.
Yeah. I think we each hand you one.
What did I need to beat?
A 13.
I got a 17.
Very nice. You are able to take these, you bend them in the ways that they need to be bent. Does Renshore have any experience picking locks in...
Never.
Oh,
Okay. He's never picked one, but he knows the principle.
God, it's about, you understand. I feel like Renshore, it's not about his understanding of picking locks. He has an understanding of the lock itself. Like
He knows what needs to be done.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I've cracked in my free time, taken a lock and taken it apart, and be like, how does this thing work? And the fact that you know how it works, reverse engineer how these things need to be bent, and pass them off to Eleanor. So Eleanor, you, with the thieves' tools, the DC for the check will go down.
Okay. Perfect. And then if I don't get it, one of you guys can try. But I am really
Then the next time the guards walk around,
yeah,
just run back and we'll throw someone next in.
So we would have prepped this ahead of time. All right. So I will, as soon as his light disappears, run as silently as I can up.
Yeah. You get up to these huge...
I actually probably would.
Yeah, you get up to this huge gate, and the gate has this big wooden lock in it that you start to work your thieves' tool with.
It's a wooden lock.
Well, the door is wooden. Like it's
okay.
The lock would be metal.
It's artisanally crafted.
This is so easy.
It's a rack and pinion system.
You know for the timing of these guards as you've watched. You can make two checks to try to get a DC to beat a DC 17 sleight of hand check.
Okay.
If you don't beat it on those two, you have enough time to run back and get back to your hiding spot. No problem. If you want, you can try a third without running. You would have time for a third, and if it works, you could get in. But if it doesn't work, now you're on the outside of the door, and they come around the corner. So that third one is a gamble.
Are either one of you guys' sleight of hand really good? If there's two
I-
free attempts without worrying about being caught?
I have +2.
I have
I have
-2.
0.
Hey, we average out. Look at us.
I'll attempt while I'm here, the 2, and then I'll
Yeah.
just run back.
Yeah,
Go for it. Yep.
I think that's a great idea.
But if you were like, if we know we get 2 without worrying about the stealth, I was like, oh, well then. Okay. Nat 20!
Oh my god. You...
That's
walk
what
up
happens
to
when you
it.
make locks out of wood, John.
Yeah.
No, we sent the right girl in for the job. It was meant to be
I
Eleanor.
probably have picked locks before, just being
Why?
Snoopy.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
being Snoopy.
Just means that's you get
Like,
up to
not
it.
this intensive, but
You get up to it, and as you get to the lock, you like put aside Renshore's like thieves tools and pull out your own thing like that you've been using for years, and you crack into it, no problem. First try, you open it. The gate like opens either way. You know, to open it completely, you have like probably close to like 30 feet it opens up for large objects to come in and out.
Mhm.
Moving these
Don't need
huge
that.
doors would be loud. You really just need to open it just enough to fit a couple bodies in. And on a nat 20, I'm going to say there's absolutely 0 damage to this lock. That's on
Beautiful.
this
perfect.
Thanks.
So I'll motion to them.
Yeah.
And then,
I will scurry on after.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
The 3 of you, I'm going to say with a nat 20 on that, it's so smooth and so flawless. The doors crack open, and you just start to see the torchlight
Mhm.
come around some of the architecture. You just see like the edge of it as you guys slip into
I'm gonna
the
close the door.
Grand Reliquary.
I want to fake set the lock. You know how
Mhm.
you can like have it in, but it hasn't clicked yet?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I want to like see if I can position it like that. I don't know how much you can do if you're also shutting the door, but like getting it close.
Yeah, I would say you're so small and nimble. You're able to close it enough to like reach your hand out and set the lock where you can close it completely and then like crack it open enough to like reach your hand out and undo it. So yeah, it is seamless. And all 3 of you are in the completely silent and dark Grand Reliquary.
Well, I knew if we could sneak out of a throne room, we could sneak into some dusty old junk storage.
Your thieves' tools really helped, Renshore. Here.
Thanks. These look like you didn't even use them.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
They were just really good.
Perfect.
Can I roll to look to where the last time I saw the chalice sitting, to see if it's still there? Look across
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah, absolutely.
9.
A 9. It is really dark in here. You know you're able even on your 9 to point them in the direction like of the exact exhibit, so you don't need to search around the whole reliquary to find it. But from where you are and how dark it is, you're not able to see like exactly what you're looking for yet.
All right. I think I just want to start stealthily and quietly making my way in the direction the last time I saw it.
Yeah, for sure.
As
Um,
we like, oh, are you gonna do something, Renshore?
I was just gonna follow her.
Oh. As Oriana starts leading the path, I'm gonna turn to you and be like, "Do you have anything?"
Anything what?
To help?
Find it. To help find it?
Or not be seen?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, kind of. I don't.
It's fine. If you don't have anything, I don't.
Yeah. It's the
Thinking if
29th.
we're
It's
gonna
the
be
20.
making spell.
It's the 29th, right?
It is the 29th.
Okay, cool. Then I don't care about using this shit. I will cast Pass Without a Trace, which is a 2nd level spell. So I need to take damage for it because Eleanor asked me to. I'm not gonna take that
I
much.
thought you have 2nd level spell slots now.
I do not.
What?
Why do you think he's been taking so much damage every time he casts his spell on himself?
I also used my ability that lets me cast it silently, which burns one of my hit dice. Thanks for that.
What have you done today? We haven't done anything yet today. You didn't cast any spells at
That you know of.
And I do gain some health into my ward, so it works out.
Oh, there you go. You know, you gain some, you lose some.
Yeah, lose 4, gain 12. Net.
You didn't have to cast it. I thought
You told me
had
to.
2nd level spells. Eleanor doesn't know that you have that. She was just asking if you could be a little helpful.
And now we won't leave any footprints. The shadows will cling to us, giving us advantage on stealth. Should we need it?
Good.
Very nice.
Oh, and I think we're undetectable unless by magical means. I think that's the word.
Untrackable.
Is that it? Untrackable?
Track, not detect.
Okay. I was trying to look up the wording, but I can't find my spell sheet
No,
because
that's
there's too many
perfect.
pieces of paper here, so that's...
I'll need everybody to give me stealth checks with the plus 10 now from...
I always forget how much it
Pass Without a
gives.
Trace is such a good spell.
Oh, that's why I'm like, do you have anything?
Oh, track.
Plus 10, maybe? 4 hit points is worth a plus 10. Like, come on.
I will rally you if need be.
Yeah.
There is no evidence of our passing, is
Cool.
what it says. Yes.
Unless by
and
magical means.
No, it says there is no evidence of our passing.
Like, we're not leaving.
So, like, we're not leaving
footprints
footprints
Yeah, yeah,
or, like,
They can
handprints or
magically
anything.
track us. You can
But they
still
could
see
magically track us.
I think
Yeah.
they could still, like I think scrying still works, and, find person still works, locate object. Like, that doesn't prevent from that. But, as
Yeah,
far
I'm just
as,
thinking about the whatever magical seals are in this room that were left behind for security.
Mhm.
What they can detect.
Yeah. Really, it just prevents a dog from sniffing us out.
prevents that, and like their perception to see us now has to be 10 higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They probably won't really see us through the windows or anything if we're kind of like shrouded in this darkness and shadows.
We do have to stay within 30 feet of Ventura.
Yes. I got a
I
32.
will have no problem doing it.
I also got a 32.
Oh, my God.
We're like twins.
Twins.
Do I get any additional on top of this? Or is it just
Do you
plus
have a
10?
stealth?
It'll be your stealth plus 10 plus your dice roll.
14.
Oh, my God. Everything adds up to
It's getting 32!
I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 16.
What? You have... That's 16 additional!
Yes. They get plus 6, plus 10.
That's 17
plus
additional
16.
for me.
I get plus 1 on a 3 roll.
I play a rogue.
Yeah. You.
It's a good thing I cast that. That was that close to being a 4.
Good lord. You cast the spell. It envelops everybody in darkness. The shadows take hold. Oriana leads the pack, moving stealthily through. Rencher, on your 14, it doesn't alert any of the security around the reliquary, but you notice as your spell is in effect, Oriana doesn't really see it because she's leading the group, but as you move by some of these artifacts, they react to the magic that's moving over them. So you watch as there's this beautiful sword that has the history of Thalia engraved on it, and you watch as you move by, like it almost like the engravings alight and like really faint like purple light and just and like sparkle and move, and it moves up the sword once as you move by, or like you move past the I can't think of the word, the coverings of a holy person, of a high priest of old, all the like gems embroidered on it all like alight in their unique colors before coming back down, and you just notice like as you move past all of these like holy artifacts, they just kind of like react.
This isn't without a trace at all. Everything's glowing around me.
Well, you're casting shadows. It's
yeah, and it's not like shedding light, but you just see as you're moving past everything, like the energy of you is reacting to the energy of these things.
Oh man.
I
mean, that's so fun, but also like
It's not bright enough that anyone can see. He said it's faint and dull, and like probably just you notice it.
But Venture, you're probably having a little.
Venture's not excited.
I feel like I also can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like kind of like looking at you like, oh shit.
You did this.
I didn't do anything. Just walk quieter.
I'm gonna step like closer to the center of the hallway, if that's possible, like away from as much magical objects as I can.
Yeah, for sure. You do your best to avoid the building, which the dedication of it is to highly magical objects, and you move through until you get to the exhibit that has the Chalice of Old Water. There's a bunch of old basically this wing is dedicated to artifacts of early Thalia, when it was but a mere village around the falls. And you guys see standing in this room is the podium with a, as you know, replica of Chalice of Old Water.
Can I check out the room and look for traps or any of the magical enchantments that might be protecting it?
Yeah.
Can I give her the help action? Because I was also about to say the exact same thing. Start looking for like any little runes written for like security and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of you give me investigation, or Aubrey, give me.
I'll give her the help action.
Yeah, Eleanor, investigation with advantage.
Investigation?
You want to do perception? You're trying to perceive.
I mean, so perceive is to see what's going on. Investigate is to understand it.
Okay, yeah, you can give me perception, and I will tell you what you see. Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's a 7 difference.
Yeah, that no. Make it
I have to nitpick.
He's gonna give you less info.
I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that barely helped. Maybe someone else should have rolled. That is 14.
A 14. Cool.
Hey, that's a good of my stealth.
With your previous knowledge, the previous knowledge from when you staked it out the first time, you look around the room. The big thing that catches your eye is the gargoyle that is on a pedestal in the corner, as this is one of the corners of the whole building. But as you look up at the gargoyle, you noticed it when you came in. Usually gargoyles are on the outside of buildings, so it's odd to have one on the inside. And this one is it's not a beast of a creature, but it's a humanoid woman in the armor of the Valiant with these 2 big bat wings coming out. That is almost like observing the whole room. And you, even on a 14, you remember that as you've been walking through these exhibits, every exhibit has some variation of this same gargoyle, overlooking the room. And you see, you notice the one in this room looking over.
How high up is it?
The base is about 5 feet up, and the statue itself is another 6-7 foot woman.
I don't want to fight that.
So,
If it comes to life, I do not want to be fighting some kind of 7-foot tall Batwoman.
before we fully enter this exhibit's room,
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of have us stop and just point to it.
Sure.
I think it can watch us.
Oh shoot, I did have more to add to my
Security.
stealth. I knew I did.
What else do you add to your
What?
stealth?
I got some from that cloak I was wearing.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Um,
You get I believe it's a +2?
Yeah, it's not that much, but sorry.
That's
sorry,
a 16.
continue. That was eating
hey,
away
15
at
could be
me.
a threshold.
Oh, wait. I've been quiet this whole time. Shit.
He loudly outbursts.
Yeah.
Potential security. Should only one of us try to stealth through out of its vision?
What if we just put a cloak over its eyes?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. So I don't know if it's just gonna see us and we should put a cloak on it, or if moving the chalice, if it's weighted or something, is gonna trigger it.
Oh man, if we only had a replica of the replica to replace it for even weight.
I thought about that. I was like, there's a chance that you guys bring a replica of the replica into here. Yeah.
Does someone else want to see how it works? I pointed it. I rolled to see
Can
the
I-
gargoyle. I did not roll to understand
Yeah.
it.
Did-
Can
that's
I
correct.
go over to? Well, I guess so. Are we in the room already? Are we already in this gargoyle's vision?
I tried to stop us
Yeah,
before we entered it.
Eleanor stopped you before you're in the vision of this one. I will say that there's probably a gargoyle, a previous one in the
Yeah, I
previous
was gonna say
room.
we've already
Yeah,
walked
probably.
through the building, so they've already seen us, and nobody's reacted to us walking in. So I feel pretty
True.
safe to walk into the room. So I think
But-
it's more connected to the items.
If when removing the item that makes the gargoyle start reacting somehow, if only one of us are fully in the room, if you have to stealth out, and then if it does turn into combat, we're right there to join in, is what I was thinking.
Yeah. I would like to I'll stealth into the room. I just want to examine the pedestal and the chalice before actually touching or taking it.
Yeah, absolutely. Give
And
me
yeah.
investigation.
My investigation. 15.
15. You look at the pedestal. There is no so there's nothing trapped within the pedal inherently. You do see there is a inscribing around the pedestal to and as you read it, it's a divine enchantment to keep a holy relic here within the confines of the pedestal. But you also know that the thing on top is just a cup.
It's not a holy relic.
It's not a holy relic.
And making sure, just to double check, around, the base of the chalice, there's no, indents on the pedestal that,
No.
weighted's gonna move or something.
Nope. That would be cool.
Perfectly seamed along the edge of the chalice.
No. You almost tap a finger on it, and there is.
Oh, no. I'm not tapping a finger on it. Hold on.
There's grubby mitts all
Don't put
over it.
words in my mouth.
No, God said you tap a finger. You tap a finger.
Oh, God.
You're looking at it, and it looks
Well,
like
I guess it's safe to put my hand over the pedestal then. If you already
Yeah.
said I could touch it.
there's nothing. There's no seams on there. There is it's sort of railing or separation between where people look and where this is, and so you've moved. You'd have to move under the
Yeah.
the railing to get into here.
Okay.
Um,
I'll
as-
go back to the. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you're looking at this, you see torchlight begin to just pour through the windows as the patrol moves just still on the outside, but just around this side of the building. I need another round of stealth checks from everybody.
It's dark in here, right?
Yeah, it's dark in here.
You
we got
can't see.
shadows.
Yeah, you.
It shouldn't be a hard DC.
Yeah.
Just roll.
God damn it!
I'm looking for those. Done that one?
No, it's not. It's still really low. I have
Oh, well,
so
that
many
should be
pluses.
fine.
It's 17.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
28.
28.
I rolled a 5.
Mine's also 28. I rolled a 12.
These ladies are in
So,
sync.
did you roll an 11?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We're right there.
We're right there.
That's really good. Yeah. You all just kind of shift your positions ever so slightly as you watch the two guards move through a couple of the windows that are nearby. The torchlight pours in and then retracts out, and their torchlight leaves.
We look at Ventura as he does it like not as seamlessly as us.
He just kind of stands still. He didn't move at all. He just
Be,
Yeah.
be the stone gargoyle. Be the stone
He
gargoyle.
stands still. The torchlight fully pours over him and then moves away. And then he's like, "That was good. I did that good."
If I don't
That was
move,
close,
they can't
guys.
see me.
Yeah.
Ventura, next time, duck.
Duck.
Oh.
Alright. I move away from the pedestal and go back to the other two.
Yeah.
So I think we can touch and get close to the chalice. Like, there's no like aura or anything magical,
Okay.
like immediately around the chalice at least.
Cool. I'm just gonna go grab it.
Wasn't done talking, but okay,
Oh,
go. He's
You're
already
fine.
my hand is on the chalice. Oh wait, what?
I was gonna say I was still really paranoid about the gargoyle, and I liked your idea of throwing a cloak on it, but I was also worried about how we would get the cloak back down after we throw it up there, so I guess just take it.
I mean,
Well,
you can still put a cloak on it while I stand here.
I know,
here,
but how?
I pull out the random red cloak that we bought that's like not special from my bag of holding.
Mhm.
Bought
We
a
do
red
have to get it
cloak.
back down. And
It
I'm
doesn't.
worried-
It's not attached to us in any way. No one's gonna know it was us. They're gonna know that the chalice is missing. We don't need to get
Okay.
it back.
Is there any
My arm's getting
identifiable markings on this? You're fine. On this cloak, who do we buy it from again? Do they know? Do they remember that we bought it? Where'd we get it?
We got this from
Off the
Lockwood
shelf from
Tailory,
Lockwood.
but it was literally like on the rack. There were 5 other red cloaks right next to it.
Okay.
It's not the custom made poor one that I made for Julius.
Yeah. And do you want me to toss it up just because I'm a little bit taller?
Sure.
Do I have to roll anything for this toss?
Yeah.
We should be prepared. When we throw, you throw that. If it sets off, grab the chalice and go.
What
Throw
am I
that,
doing with the
nothing
chalice?
gets set off. You're gonna grab the chalice after she puts the cloak over. If anything gets set off, I say we shoot through the window now that we know the guards have passed.
Do you have?
And then we just
window.
run away.
Do you?
If
do
we
you,
set something off, we set something off. Let's just get out.
do you have your bag?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll tuck this into your bag then.
Okay, I'm ready.
Perfect.
We're all good for the window plan.
Yes,
We're not gonna
hurry!
go
My
back up?
arm is getting tired.
All right, I rolled. What am I adding?
You're gonna add your, I would say athletics, unless you can give me a better check.
No,
Then it's
athletics is fine. I have a +7 to athletics, so 19.
a 19. You take the cloak and you throw it up onto the gargoyle. It covers the woman's head and just drapes down over it.
I take
Yeah.
I take it.
Oh,
Yep.
no, wait. Let's let him finish
Okay.
describing.
I was gonna say, you now have this like truly terrifying gargoyle of like this like veiled, this
red.
completely veiled woman with these huge bat wings, but it does not move.
Okay, now I take the cloak. The what's it called? The cup.
The cup.
The chalice.
Yeah.
Are you throwing
Chalice.
it in the bag?
Yeah, in the bag. Oh man. Oh, that was exhausting.
All right,
You- It moves.
no window.
Everyone,
We
give
can
me
go out the door.
me a perception check from everyone.
I'm like waiting for John.
Yeah.
He like
What makes you
Shit's
think it's not a
up.
silent alarm?
Well, 22.
What am I doing? Perception, you said?
Yes.
16.
12, 16. Perfect. The halls of the Grand Reliquary are dead silent as the bag closes shut.
I guess we go out the back door then.
Let's go.
Yeah, out the way we came.
Cool. Give me one more stealth check as you move back through the Grand Reliquary.
These rolls are slowly getting lower and
one.
lower and lower. And Jake's are getting higher and higher.
I'm getting good at this.
Eleanor told me to
think
duck.
we
I
blinked
did
this
it.
time, Tori.
How did you do, Eleanor?
You get a plus 10. That's not.
No, I have a 24 still.
But Jacob got a nat 20, so they cancel out, John.
I catch it.
Ooh.
That's exactly how this game always works.
Yeah, that is how.
That ones do not mean bad things.
I have a 23.
I have a 32. Which it takes me a natural 20 to get what Eleanor just gets with a 12.
Yeah. You you are moving all out
Don't
through
break something.
the through these halls. And Eleanor, you as you're moving through, you just come out of that 30-foot bubble for a split second. And as you do, you've been moving, everything's been stealthy, everything's been fine. And as you just come out of the 30 feet, I assume you're still wearing your high heels.
Of course. I wear 6-inch heels
Yeah.
24/7.
As you exit the bubble, you're not moving intentionally stealthy as you should be, because everything's been protected. And as you move out, the enchantment on the reliquary takes hold, and it's an inverse of the silent spell. All the sound is intensely amplified, and for 2 or 3 steps, the of your high heels just echo through the reliquary. You quickly move back in the 30-foot bubble, and then you hear the front door to the reliquary open, and one of the guards move in. From your position, you can't see the front doors, there's enough walls and stuff, but you hear it open, and one of the guards just go, I really think I heard something. After the last time, I'm going to check this one out. And close the door behind him. And then you hear his footsteps loud and echoing. Boom, boom, boom. And his full plate, all the metal that's clinking, is just echoing through the reliquary.
This guy's so loud, it doesn't matter if we're sneaky anymore. Just go.
What? Hold on. We aren't talking, because we know how loud it's getting now. How far away are we from the back door?
You guys are on Jake's nat 20. I'm going to say you guys are within 30 feet.
Okay, but was that door, when we came in, is it lined up with the front door? Would he be able to see us straight shot?
No, definitely not. There's so many artifacts and so many walls and extra rooms. He's not going to see straight through the reliquary.
Can I quickly look out the window to see if they're if anyone else is coming around the back now to come through the back door?
Yeah.
Just as we're I think we've kind of decided to dip out, but as we're walking out, just if I can kind of peek through one of the windows as we're moving.
Yeah. Give me perception.
Oh gosh. Damn it.
Perceive better.
Can't. I'm nervous. I'm stressed.
On a 9, you see the torchlight move around the corner. So they're on this wall. On a 9, you can't tell if they've passed the door or not. So if you come out right now, as you guys get up to the door, you're either going to be face to face with them, and as soon as you come out there, or they'll have already walked past. But you're not sure where they you know that you're on that leg.
Yeah.
Or you guys can choose to stay inside, in which case you're going to contest with this guard's perception as he's going to try to start
I
looking
feel really
around.
good about our stealth. I think we should hide.
Yeah, I think we wait until another lap passes, so that way we're sure.
Just like
Wait.
hide behind another pedestal or a shelf or something. There's plenty of things here.
Okay, just stay close. I don't want us getting separated.
Cool.
Because we're silent inside the bubble. That's what you said, yes?
The bubble has been keeping your voices down, but as soon as you move outside, everything amplifies incredibly. Okay. Yeah, stealth checks from everybody, and this guy is going to make his perception check.
29.
I have an Eleanor too.
No.
You get a +10.
At least it's not the one I just rolled. Like last round, not this time.
I was like, oh.
So I get an 18 with an Eleanor too.
I have a 27.
A 27. Excellent stealth rolls. You watch as the guard is making his way through, and you can tell by where he is moving, he's going to be coming like right over to where you guys are in a moment, and then he stops, and you see he's kind of distracted by something, and he turns and moves the other way. Then you hear again, his voice is so incredibly loud, even though he's saying it under his breath. He goes, "Oh shit!" And you hear him right around the area where the chalice was, and begins to sprint back towards the front door. And at this point, you, from your, again, on a 9 perception, but still on where you kind of, your mental pacing, you think those 2 other guards will have moved around the corner by now. Let's go.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Yeah. If they moved, yeah. Let's hope. Get out the door.
Cool. You push out the door. Tori, I need you to roll me a d20 straight. This is just for raw luck on that, on whether or not those 2 guys have gone around the corner yet.
Are we doing, is it like evens or odds, or is it over like 10? I'm just curious.
No, I have a number in my head.
You have a 1 in 20 chance.
You're trying to be an 8, a straight 8.
Okay. Oh, I'm nervous.
You got this.
I help her. I help her.
We have luck.
I'm so lucky.
It's a 7.
It's a
no.
7.
Oh no.
That is our luck.
You guys open the door and move out, and just as you guys like come out of the door, you see the 2 guards are at the far end. Their backs to you, but they are still like in line of sight of you. As you come out, you can hear at the front of the reliquary shouting, commotion of the guards. One of them you hear is taking off towards the castle to call for some like royal guards, and these 2 immediately shift on high alert. As you guys are just in like coming out of the door in plain sight, you can either give me a stealth check with this stealth with disadvantage as they turn and start looking, or everybody can give me athletics checks to try to make a break for like the nearest set of buildings or the nearest spot to break eyeline.
Does the gate we picked automatically lock when closed?
No, not after Eleanor cracked the lock. So that's another option.
Is this already open? Is that the lock that Eleanor picked, like part of the door, like that we've just kind of already creeped out?
Yep.
So we just gotta go.
Oh, okay.
But I think considering that Renshore's dex isn't as good, and we have a +10 to our stealth,
I think
I
we should
feel like
just.
we have a better chance with disadvantage stealth than
I think we should
sprinting.
just
I could
wait a second and let them figure their shit out. Wait for them
I
to
think
turn
my
around
first
and then
thought
book it.
is to just like start running, and I think then Renshaw puts his arms out, and I'll
Yeah.
stealth with.
Yeah, as
with
soon
the
as
two
I
of
saw
them.
those people there, I definitely just put my arms out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Cool.
first thought was to run.
Stealth with disadvantage from all three of you, but still with the stuff.
I rolled a 19 and a 3.
Ooh.
shit.
So that's a solid 15 for me, John.
15. Okay.
Mine's a 21.
I feel like I
Oh, I didn't roll twice. Pff, I only rolled once. This
No,
one
it
is
is.
higher, so the lowest is 21.
21.
26.
Wow. You, as a group, are just able to get back fast enough to avoid. You see, they turn. One of them like really squints and kind of takes a step towards it before the other guy grabs him and goes, "Come on, we gotta go," and pulls him towards the front.
Now book it.
And they, as soon as that torchlight flips, you guys move and successfully make it to the honestly, you're in why can't I think of words right now? You're at the hill with the castle. God, I have no words.
I probably also
Haven't
left
been.
my horse somewhere close.
Yeah, absolutely. You are
That's how
on
we
that-
arrived.
Yeah, you guys move
Three of us.
towards like some of the spires of the castle that are close to the Grand Reliquary, and you can hear the hooves of horses that are rapidly approaching the Grand Reliquary as you guys slip away into the shadows. Successful on your heist. I'm not going to have you roll every step of the way. I'm going to say with a horse planned, you guys are able to hop up and then quickly break away. Yes, Renshaw.
How long did that take us from like entering to getting out? In minutes?
I would probably say the actual events were probably pretty quick, but moving slow and moving sneakily, I would say from showing up to leaving, I would say like an hour.
Because I only have Pass Without a Trace for an hour.
Okay. Yeah,
But you casted it once we were already inside.
yeah, I would say you still got it
Okay.
for like 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. We got it
Okay.
for 30 minutes.
You guys on your horse quickly escape into Darlington, and at this point, as soon as you kind of break connection with the reliquary, anyone who catches you is not going to have any suspicion for a count of Viscount and their guard.
I think at that point we'll also like stop the horse and like
Stash the cloak.
not all three be on it, take off the cloaks, and
Yeah.
then it's just us being casual.
How were we on the horse? Like, was it an Eleanor sandwich, or was I cuddling Oriana? Like, how are we on
Okay,
this
I
horse?
was Here's the
Eleanor's
thing.
sandwich.
typically whoever has the reins is in the front. So I would be at the I'd be like almost on its neck with the reins. I don't know how you two are.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
I would say the horse with 3 people isn't like galloping. It's not hitting max speed, but it can carry the 3 of you. You're fine.
We probably also could have brought a second horse at least.
There's one horse and he's out.
There's one horse.
I just wanted to make it clear that Oriana and Renshaw had that moment.
Yeah, someone was hugging the other one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to specify who was hugging who, but someone
Yep,
had to
as long
hug
as
the
it
other.
wasn't an Eleanor sandwich, it was a moment.
It's a moment.
There
for
was a
sure.
moment there.
Yeah, you guys kind of have a moment as you enter back into Darlington. The streets are quiet once again, and on your way back, the only event is you see a carriage driven by Stoneware security rapidly make its way up past you towards the reliquary.
Sorry, not sorry. We didn't steal anything valuable.
Anyways, it's
it
a
wasn't
replica.
valuable. It'd be fine. It's fine.
These
We're doing
guards
him
are
a
stressing
favor.
out. They're like, somebody stole the chalice, and then somebody
Oh.
else stole the chalice we replaced the chalice with. Like, why do they keep stealing this thing? They're shook.
Well, hopefully they keep it quiet like they did last time. Though I guess Okanor will find out pretty quickly his chalice is a replica if we are successful.
Yeah.
That's a
I think
foolproof
at some
plan.
point, once we're like back into Darlington and we're away from like everyone from suspicion, I'll hop off of the horse and kind of walk beside it as the guard and let the Count and Viscount ride the horse as we, I think, just go back to the manor.
Yeah.
Sounds
Perfect.
good. My manor?
Whoever's.
Perfect.
At a certain point, we can split. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're doing anything else tonight, right?
No.
I just need to get that chalice from you in the morning or afternoon.
Yes, we will definitely meet up beforehand.
Excellent. Yes, you guys go your separate ways, each back to your own house, safely, uneventfully, and have a uneventful rest of the evening. Probably have to calm down from the adrenaline of breaking into committing crimes. But yeah, no, an uneventful rest of the evening. We're going to take a quick break as our highborns rest, and we'll be back very shortly for the morning of the 30th of Myar. The last
Finally here.
The last day of Myar.
It's the last day we live.
The last day. Cool. We will be right back for more City of Shadows. I think that Cinderfall is absolutely stoppable. I think that
Just not by you,
Like-
bitches.
But can we do it?
I don't know if anyone likes to be a main character in a horror campaign. You know what I mean?
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna call the police on me? I am the police.
what a police
No,
thing to
I'm
say.
sorry.
Good lord.
No romance happening in this campaign. Why am I here?
Rentor really does give the I can change her vibes.
I took a health potion because
Really?
we didn't know what we'd be facing.
Oh, that's smart.
But then I just did amazing in my high heels.
Sorry, I felt a little bad for
No,
it.
I think it was perfect.
I was just sitting there thinking about how I could just kill this man.
Thank you for going Karen on those people. I appreciate it.
Well, we have a plan.
I mean, I feel
You're so safe.
I feel very safe.
like
and if
you
I-
would just let us die in this ambush and be like, yeah, man, fucking kill him.
Yeah, dude.
I mean-
she broke up with me.
You're right. I could,
You good?
but I couldn't.
What a twist. We were talking about Renshore having to roll a new character. No, he's the only one who gets to keep his character.
We're entering a villain arc at the cost of Oriana and Eleanor.
Of
Oh, God.
60%, 66% of the party.
Dearest Oriana, I don't know what I'm doing. I cannot write to her. Not anymore. But so much has happened, and I just need someone to talk to. Someone who can listen to all the things that I cannot tell her. I found my grandsire's siphon, and I've been practicing runic magic. It's illegal, and super dangerous. But I do not wish to stop. I wish to understand where I come from, who my grandsire and family were before Thalia and before the depraved. And I believe I need all the help I can get. As your Viscount, I implore you to like and subscribe, and together we can keep the depraved out of this city and save her.
We are back on the final day of Maiar. The sun
Ugh.
crests the horizon. The city is once again bathed in light. The Gallatin Mountains soaked in the sun. The trees of the Vermore, vibrant green in the first days of fall and last days of Maiar. How do you guys spend your final day of Maiar?
Jesus. How do you guys want to do this?
I would like to get up well before the sun rises.
Sure, yeah.
To try and go visit the Temple of Everin and
Yes.
be there at that twilight dusk time that is associated with
Yeah.
them.
Absolutely. You enter in the Temple of Everin. I think this is the last temple that we have to describe. You enter in. Are you looking to go for an official sermon? Or are you going for more of your sanity?
No, just to be there.
You enter in.
Oh, yeah.
The external structure is similar in architecture to the Temple of Ryan and Temple of Amira, obviously with distinct differences, but in general you can tell that they are of the same faith. They are of the belief, and they are for the divine ascended. As you enter, the ceiling is this beautiful twilight colored mural with depictions of Everin, who is always marked with their like long silver hair, always either with an instrument in hand or some form of art supplies, a paintbrush, a quill, a sheet of music. They are always busy and always bringing something new into the mural above. The temple in general has a grand wooden stage in the center. The type that would be fit for either a sermon by a priest of the enlightened or for like a play of the hearth and of the theater group. Typical worship, you'll have the patrons come and almost like if you were in like picture like a perfect, like, how do I describe it? That you have people seated on the floor all around the central stage, and most of an official practice of or worship of Amira, of Everin, is song. It is mostly an expression of song with bits of teaching involved in it. But when you arrive, Eleanor, there is no official sermon going on. You simply see the space is here to provide worshipers a place where they can come, and there are a few private booths to practice individual arts, whether it's song, whether it's writing, whether it's painting, whatever you can think of. They're booths with these beautiful stained glass windows that like separate you from the rest of the world and really let people focus. And there are spaces for groups to come and meet and express themselves in this beautifully twilight covered temple.
I think I will go and just find not in one of the private studios, but a spot within the temple to sit down and layer out my skirts. And I'll pull out my drawing pad and kind of twiddle my charcoals in my hand before looking up at the murals of Everin, kind of just displayed in all of these forms of creative outputs. I think something bad is happening. And Everin, please protect my friends. I worry about Renshaw and his new involvement with the cult. Oriana has been seemingly chasing this path longer than the rest of us, and she's so dedicated in this, but I fear her need to solve this and save this and be a hero to the city. I don't want anything bad to happen to either one of them. So, please shed your light on them and protect them tonight. And then I'll stay for like an hour and make a portrait of drawing the two of them.
Okay. You can't help but think back to like your history lessons about how there was once a time where such a prayer could get a real physical answer from an ascended. But that time is long, long ago.
You should add a look. Good effort, though.
And then when I finish my two portraits, I would like to tear them out and place them at like the altar that would be in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. You place them at the altar, and as you begin to move away from the altar, a prominent feature of the temple catches your eye, and you notice the like magical calendar that is set into the temple that displays all of the upcoming performances and galleries and hearth events, the galleries, all the major expressions within the city are all displayed on this calendar. And you look, and as we have moved into the fall months are all displayed here. And as you look at particularly Asha, from the first week all the way to the end, and you see little events on this calendar in the future, what goes through Eleanor's mind?
I think I'm just so focused on this idea that Cinderfall will bring forth destruction, and I wonder if in the cult's attempt at great equalizer, if how art could get harmed in that process, and if this Warrior of Nox gets released, how many of these shows will no longer be put on? How, if the sun is encased, that depression will set over the city. And I think I just kind of catch on to those dates of performances and shows and galleries, and I just feel a little bit more resolved in trying to stop whatever happens tonight.
Perfect. Excellent. You're the... Unfortunately, aside from the, like, choral music, the music of the choir that faintly is chanted in the Temple of Everin when no sermon is going. There, without again a response from an ascended, is quiet, but you feel more resolve than before, and you leave feeling stronger than you went in.
And I think I'll make my way to the Tirval Keep, especially because it's becoming more morning
Yeah,
than my
absolutely.
early venture. And Oriana and I wanted to look for Juliet in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'll go to meet up with
Perfect.
her.
Yeah, I would have gotten up probably around the same time as Eleanor, nice and early, but before anyone else in the Tirval Manor has gotten up for the day. Go back out to the courtyard in the back and go through my own worship in my own way, going through my own vignacci and thinking about expelling those rages as I start my practice, and then deciding that I definitely do want to expel and go through them. And so go through my practice very meticulously and feeling all those overwhelming emotions come in and flow out, and just letting myself feel everything that I need to feel so that I don't have to feel so much during the day. And then when I end burning all my rages and going through my vignacci practice, I just want to take a moment to sit and meditate. And I haven't done it in a very long time, and it hasn't happened, and it still might not happen, but can I take a moment in my meditation to try again to tap into that little bit of clairvoyance power that I get from my father, and try to see if I can see, just trying to hone in on the cult of Cinderfall and what to expect this coming night, and just kind of take a moment in meditation to just see if I can get in touch with that power.
Yeah, for sure. You begin to meditate. As you try to tap into the skill that has been in your lineage for generations, but has been difficult for you to tap into, give me any check that you want to justify.
Any check.
Any check. This is a strength check. I'm gonna force my way.
I would like to do push-ups in order to see the future.
Yeah.
I will roll. It might sound weird, but I want to roll a religion check. Because I feel like I just went through my own worship, and it's kind of not knowing like history of religion, but kind of like the history of myself, and knowing like my own religion, and tapping into like how this power has been used in our religion and in our worship, and just trying to hone into the religious aspect of this power.
Deal. Yeah, absolutely. Give me a religion check.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh
Ooh.
my
pretty
God.
little 20. And so that would be a 25.
Yeah. Give me a second while I come up with a nat 20 vision. Yeah.
You see
sure.
everything that
See
happens.
everything. I'm just gonna tell you the
I know
campaign.
exactly
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. Skip ahead like just 3 sessions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. So you close your eyes and you're trying to focus, and you're trying to get in this place to see a vision, some degree of clairvoyance, and you're focusing, you're meditating, and the first thing that cues you into something being different is the sound. It feels rhythmic at first, like waves on an ocean, and then the sound like almost comes into focus in your ears. And it's that deep, heavy bong, bong, the bells ringing steadily. As the sound like washes over you, this constant drone of bells, your on that 20, the vision begins to take a hold in front of you. You see the footsteps of horses and wheels of carriage being pulled across dark streets. You see the silhouettes of dozens of humanoid figures, all completely cloaked in black, all making their way up a set of stairs. Each one, their face looks long and twisted, as if they were wearing a mask. The vision kind of swirls and shifts and begins to become more and more like vibrant and real as you sit in this vision. And you feel you're in a large space. In front of you is a huge roaring fire. Coming out of the fire is a figure, tall, dressed in black, huge fangs coming out of the cloak. A second figure comes out of the fire, significantly shorter, but a black cloak and a huge beak coming out of the hood. The fire begins to like bleed with blood as blood begins to soak on the ground. And as the blood pours towards you, it gets to your feet, and you look in the reflection. And first, in the reflection of the blood, you see yourself. You look back up at the fire, and suddenly it is extinguished. And there's something in its place. It is sharp. It is metallic. It is almost glowing with like a hatred coming from where this fire was. And your vision moves back to the blood at your feet. You see your reflection again, but this time something moves like behind you. And as it moves, you can see this. It almost looks humanoid, but it's not right. The neck is too long, the shoulders too thin. Some sort of appendage comes out of its back. You see these like long taloned fingers wrap around your shoulder. And as it does, for the first time in this vision, you feel this very real hand cut into your shoulder, and you can feel like this ice cold burn into you as this thing behind you looms closer and closer. on a nat 20, I will say you can choose to stay in this vision. The thing behind you feels very real. And so you can risk to stay with this thing in this moment, or you can pull back now.
I want to stay in the moment just a little bit longer. I want like push myself to just sit in this space, but not that long. Like I want like another 5 seconds, and then I want to pull myself out.
Yeah.
I'm a little too curious, but I am starting to begin to feel like that paranoia. So I just push it a little bit.
Yeah. You push it a little bit more. The fingers like dig deeper into you as it feels you not like as you don't leave, and it gets closer. You look back up into this room, and as you look around, there are bodies around. As you look around, there are bodies of cultists. There are bodies of Ashen Order. And you look into where the fire was, and the fire is gone. That sharp, angry object is still here. The 2 cloaked figures are gone, but there is like a single baleful eye that watches over the what is going on here. Distinctly different than the thing that's immediately behind you, but like this huge eye is gazing down on the room. The sound of the bells become deafening. And just as you begin to pull yourself out, what really snaps you out is you feel that thing behind you lean in. You can feel its head, if it can even be called that, immediately next to your ear, and it whispers in a sick crackle of a voice, "A deal is a deal," and then you snap out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take
Is
a
her
few more
shoulder
moments.
bleeding?
Yeah, to collect myself, steady my breath, maybe go through another round of Vignacci if I feel like I need it, and then is there any markings on my shoulder?
Oh, 100%. You look down and there is you look at your shoulder, and there, it's not permanent because you have had an interaction with this thing before. Not any of the rest of the vision, but the thing looming behind you, you have seen very rarely in visions, but it will not be the first time for you. And it almost looks like your skin is frostbitten where the thing has touched you. And you've seen in the past, it will heal over eventually. But I would say you haven't, this hasn't happened to you more than 3 times before. But not the first time you've seen this thing.
Cool. Like I said, yeah, I'll steady myself, and then as the sun is coming up and the house is starting to get busy again, I'll make my way inside and just putz around the morning until Eleanor shows up.
Yeah.
I'm having a much easier morning. I'm waking up and I'm reading through my grandfather's journal because I feel like I'm missing something, and it's probably in some of the gibberish I don't understand still. any of the numbers or the crossed out bits or whatever. But I am looking for something that will help us.
Yeah. Give me.
You don't have to give me anything.
Okay, then you don't
That
get
is not my intention.
Then you
here.
don't get anything.
I
You're
am.
not asking to
you're
roll
not-
for a clue?
Nope.
You're
I
done.
am not.
Okay.
Nope.
I appreciate the warning because I was like, "Oh, Jake is requesting something," and then you're like,
Nope.
"No."
Nope.
Okay, no, perfect.
I'm just not being harassed by eternal deities, and I'm not harassing eternal deities. I'm just reading a book.
Sure.
Didn't you tell me the other day that you thought you needed in-game help
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
continue? So
Yeah.
why are
Some
you
of
not
the book requires
rolling?
in-game rolls.
Yeah, John has told me before that I am not at the part thematically where I can crack some of it, so I'm just waiting to be at that point.
Okay.
But that's not now. Right now, John thought I was asking for help. I don't think that this was the thematic time to
Deal.
get some of these answers.
So be it.
Unless I'm wrong, and then I just screwed myself.
No.
You know, I'm pretty sure that one of them will be very obvious when it happens.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, the three of you convene in the manor of Tyrval Manor.
So, do we wish to go visit the library first? To seek her out?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, she should be working, she should be there. And so if she's just going about her daily day and trying not to raise any suspicions with Okanor, I think she would be at the library.
Yeah, there's something else I want to look for at the library too, beyond her, just in case she is there or isn't there.
Okay.
Sure.
We shall take my carriage to the library.
Ah, Julius. I haven't seen him in what feels like days.
Yes, of course. It would be a pleasure to take you to the library. And you guys make your way to the Sophos Librum. You enter in, and you see that she is not the main librarian of the day. There is a like skinny elf gentleman he has like a single monocle, and he is currently like directing workers to run the library.
Can I find a worker?
Sure, there's plenty of workers.
Excuse me, could you look up a rental history for me?
Yes, of course, Viscount Tyrval.
It's not recent.
Yes. Who can we look for?
We're looking for Alan Tyrval.
Okay. Yes. Give us one moment, and they move off to get some records.
Perfect. Okay, now y'all can keep looking for her.
Okay. Perfect.
I will go up to whatever the head librarian is, like working at the desk, and ask him if Juliet is in.
Aha. Are you going with Eleanor? Are you going with her? Or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. This is gonna change.
I'm within.
This is gonna change his where he's at on whether he's dealing with a count or a cloak. He's
Dealing with both.
He's dealing with both. He turns to the two of you and goes, yes, greetings, Count Quillen. No, Miss Ketters is not in today.
Oh, really? I swear she told me that she was going to be in today. Do you know when she'll be in next? We were going to talk wedding details. Did you know that they're planning for a winter wedding with the snowfall? It's going to look so majestic.
Yes, she has not stopped speaking about it, as a matter of fact. She was supposed to work today, and I was called in during the opening of the library, and now I'm working on my weekend. So,
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, I do not know where Juliet is.
That's shocking. Was she in yesterday?
She was not.
Was she just
Someone's
not
been in a
scheduled
ditch
to
for
work
3
yesterday,
days.
or was she missing
Actually-
yesterday?
Let me... Yeah, she would not.
Because I was just here 3-4 days ago, and that's when we started talking about the wedding, and I offered my assistance.
Yes, she was working earlier in the week, and then apparently saddled me with the back end of her shifts.
Well, I hope your day goes well. If you do see her, let her know that Oriana and I were here to assist.
Yes, most certainly. I will inform her that not only has she blown off her duties to the library, but also to a count.
Oh,
Yes, I will. I will add it to the letters that I am sending to her residence.
well, thank you. I
This
hope
is the
your day
height.
goes splendid, even if you were saddled with some extra hours. It is quite soothing in here.
I am glad that you are soothed.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
man
I
does
think
not
I-
live to serve.
Yeah, I'll back away from the desk. I don't think. I think Eleanor asked enough questions, at least for me. All
Deal.
right, so she's not here.
She's dead in the ditch and has
She's
been
not
for 3
here.
days.
Well, we can still go check her home. Wrencher, are you ready to go, or are you still waiting on something?
I'm just, these records should be back soon, and
Oh yeah,
then I'll be ready to go.
yeah. Give me 1 second while I think of all the records of your brain. Yeah, let me just pull it up.
Oh, I can give a specific date if that helps.
Yeah, sure. Give me with a date.
Hold on. I have it somewhere.
I do hope Juliet's all right.
I had a date?
I'm really worried about her. Okanor is not good news, and the fact that she was nervous. I don't. I just hope it doesn't have something to do with the cult. I
That's
really
what I was
hope.
gonna say. This might sound grim, but are we sure sacrifice is not needed? I do know that these occult rituals can be
Are you
heavily
just saying
gruesome.
this in the library?
I'm whispering, I'm looking
Whispering, we're in a
around.
back corner.
What's Anther?
Anther,
Is that
month?
Anther is a month.
It's a month?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a spring month, but I could be totally wrong on that.
Okay.
We have a thing.
And what year is it? It's 18
Yes.
something?
Yeah, I believe 1809 is what you're looking for. If we're looking
Okay.
at the same thing.
Yes, we are.
Cool.
Okay, so I am looking for rental records from approximately the 9th of Anther in 1809.
Perfect. You are given the records. Alanth ordered a handful of books.
I should write these down.
He requested the Moorish legends of Ex Gratis Umbra was one of them. I'll send you spelling on that. He ordered a book about what are they called? Relics. Understanding. I'm gonna call it Understanding Divine Relics. Was another book. You see in the order, it's not a book, but it is a request from the city, all like coming in. He requested some blueprints from the local blacksmiths on how they construct helmets for the Valiant. And particularly like he wanted to know what metals were being used, the techniques used, the manufacturing process of specifically helmets for the Valiant. And then he ordered books, a book called The Complete History of Veremore. Actually, it would be called The Complete History of Veremore and Beyond. Which sounds like it encompasses a lot. It's a lofty title. And then the last book that he ordered, I do know the name. He ordered a book called...
You asked for all of the records.
I asked for all
him.
of the records from a specific day.
I thought you meant for like the whole year.
The final book was a book called Eulabon's Index of Frightful
Can you
Creatures.
spell that?
Yuliban.
Listen, he lived out in the Grove. He didn't come to the city often. He needed to get all of his books.
He did a
Frightful
bulk order.
Monsters, you said?
Frightful Creatures.
Creatures.
Mm-hmm.
He actually did this by mail, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
do
is
you...
the year 1658 currently?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, in 1609. Not 1809. But, yeah. Yes, it is the 16th. Not the 18th.
Okay. 1609.
I think I have it at the very beginning.
Do you
Yeah, I
have...
said that like a question, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's 16.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I asked. I can never remember if it's 16 or 18. Do you have any of these books here right now?
Yes, let me check. They say that
All of them have been banned.
They have the accounts on divine artifacts or divine relics.
Mm-hmm.
That book is here, and the complete the complete history of Veremore and Beyond is here. They actually say the other two have not been returned, and actually, upon looking on these records, the Tiervald family owes a onyx and an Avon mark in late fees.
Okay, do I have those books in my study? I don't think I do.
No, you've never heard of those books before.
Okay, well, it sounds like they might just be gone.
You owe them money now.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't realize it, but those books are overdue. We're not like expecting payment right now, but upon you must bring these books back, and upon bringing them back, it will incur a due.
I'll be honest. It's been almost 50 years. I don't know where they are. Can I just give you the money?
No. From account of no, you don't simply need to pay. But if you ever find the books,
What would you want? An onyx and an Avon mark?
that is by our policy in the amount of time that it has been.
Okay, and I just put it on the counter.
Oh my.
Or give it to her.
Yes. Thank you. We will consider the due paid. However, the books are still checked out, and so if you ever find them, we would love to have them back.
Sure. Sure. If I find them, you'll be the first to know. Could I check out the Understanding Divine Relics and the Complete History of Veremore and Beyond?
Yes, you can check both those out.
Perfect.
I would like to say that there's no strict return policy, but
Seems like there is.
The family does have a history
Do we turn?
of not returning books. So I don't want to seem hypocritical, but within reason, no need to rush to return them.
Deal.
Within a decade would be great.
Honestly,
please return these books.
Please. If we're talking like weeks, absolutely. If we're talking years, I'm gonna raise my eyebrows. If we're talking decades, please, I'm begging you.
You will owe an onyx and an avon.
Yeah.
Can I just keep throwing money at them and just keep these books?
just
Like,
provide-
what do these books cost?
That is the rich way of doing it. They're like, technically they're not for sale, but if you take them and then just pay the late fee, I guess there's nothing I can do.
I could just pay someone to transcribe them.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, thank you so much. I will take the books that you have already gotten for me off the shelf. That was quick. I appreciate
Yes,
that.
of course.
And you'll probably get them back, and I will turn and go.
Perfect.
This man is shook. He's not confident he's getting these books back.
No, but it's also a Viscount, and so that's fine with him. Like, he is not one to question.
So many books. I really should have done this like a week ago.
Not the day
The
before
answer
or the
could
day
be
of
in
the
here.
big cult.
Day of.
I'm just
Day
I'm holding the answer with no way of doing anything about it. Potentially.
Perfect.
Actually, I do know part of the answer, and I know why they want the helmets, and I know all of that. I just don't know why.
Deal.
You know about the helmets?
I do know about the helmets, and I also understand the divine relics and all that, and I can't figure it out. I don't know how it links.
Renshore,
I
it's the
do-
day of.
It's nothing.
I do have to
I
say,
got nothing.
I have to fill a campaign full of secrets that your grandsire would have knew all of them, right? Like, I can't just tell you everything.
Yes. Also, we've been filming for months now. It might have only been 9 days for
That's true.
Renshore, but Jacob has
I've
had
been
months.
working on it for months.
I should have checked out the books. I wasn't thinking about the books until
I
literally today. But,
didn't think about
you know,
checking out the books were a good idea.
yeah, even the DM didn't think about it. God didn't know. I'm smarter than God. So,
You heard it here first.
All right. Well,
Excellent.
Renshore, now are you ready to leave the library, or are we waiting for anything else?
oh, yes, I'm sorry. Let's go track down Juliet's
Yes.
person.
I think we go to the carriage, and I go to Julius, and I'm like, all right, Julius, we have a new mission
Yes, of course.
to do. I am going to pen a letter to Juliet
Mm-hmm.
and pass that letter to a Pigeon Post member. Then we are going to, in the shadows, follow said Pigeon Post member to her house.
Oh.
Because I don't know where she lives.
That is an excellent idea. I've never thought about that.
This is the yellow pages.
Yes,
This
absolutely.
is the yellow pages of.
Yes,
I
cool.
love this plan so much more, but we could also just ask the librarian inside where she lives because he knows.
We have the address.
Because he said he's about to write her a bunch of letters.
He's just gonna give it to the Pigeon Post. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't know where people live.
Oh.
He's gonna give it to the Pigeon Post.
Okay. As her employer,
Do what the rest
you
of
might
us are
know.
doing.
There's got to be a
But-
better way to figure out people's addresses, right?
Sure, but I also don't want Okanor to know.
Yes.
I
We
I-
need to be quick
don't
about this.
everyone to know. We must make haste.
Make
Yes.
haste.
I think
So-
we follow the Pigeon Post boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
I
draft
love
up your
it.
letter.
I'm not arguing with that at all. Let's go.
My letter
be
is
blank.
just like, I keep thinking about your winter wedding, and it would be so beautiful. And like, I'm just giving wedding advice.
This isn't haste.
like-
This could be a blank letter.
The letter ends up being like 2 pages long.
Yeah, it's really
We
great.
get so excited about wedding planning.
I draw a prototype of like a altar they could stand under. With
They could do it at
snow.
the Temple of Valsir
Oh,
underneath
that would be
the
That
whole
would actually
canopy.
be
It's an
fantastic.
outdoor temple, and
You write part of the letter, and then you're like, no, actually, and you're like, this is just a draft, and then you write like a second letter, and Renshaw just like, it doesn't matter.
It's like 30 minutes
Yeah.
of me.
While she's writing this letter, I have pulled out my own piece of paper, folded it, and labeled it for Juliet Ketters.
Do not, Renshaw.
Oh.
I have perfectly crafted a letter that will detail their wedding. Though, I do hope that she doesn't go through with the wedding, but she could still use the wedding plans for a different suitor, perhaps, in the future.
Give it to the Pigeon Post.
Yes!
You give it to the pigeon post. You watch like really intently, like what this process is. As now, like how does he? How
I
does
have
he
no idea how they did this
Yeah.
before.
It never mattered.
It never mattered.
Handed it off, and then
Actually, I did watch one time. When I
Oh.
handed it to the guy who stood out my own door.
Yeah. That guy didn't need to do a process because he knew that the person you were sending to was in the house. He didn't need to think about it. You watch a couple things happen. I need everyone to make an Arcana check real quick. You watch as the pigeon poster. He looks at it. He takes it. He sees the letter and reaches into his cloak and kind of pulls out a little totem that he has around his neck. And it's this little wooden pigeon, and he rubs it for a second, and then confusion washes over his face. How did everyone do on Arcana?
19.
natural 20.
Natural 20. Ooh, these ladies are on
So
it.
stupid.
The mage not clocking.
No.
This is magic. I've said this before. Renshaw is still put off by other people doing magic. It's still weird.
You see, he rubs this little totem. The eyes of the pigeon glow ever so faintly. You can tell that this pigeon is not his pigeon. This is issued by the pigeon post, and it pretty much is going to cast locate person for him. It's the only thing that this totem can do. And you see him rub it, and then a look of confusion washes over his face, and then kind of looks over at you, gives a smile, and then moves it. Is still kind of confused, and then goes, "Okay." You watch, and you tail him as he goes. He ends up going first back to the Pigeon Post Guild Hall, and then comes out still with the letter, and then begins to move through the city. You follow him down to he goes through to Etherly, where he makes his way to a little residential, pretty much an apartment complex, immediately next to the Guiding Flame Institute. Can I have actually everybody make a history check real quick? And Oriana, you can make this with advantage.
Why is my history so good? 17?
Ooh.
13.
18.
18.
Oh, I only rolled once. Can I get a nat 20?
Sure.
I can get a unnatural 20.
Wow.
That's still better.
As you get to the complex, you see him go in and to deliver the letter. You recognize this area of the city, specifically this strip of houses next to the Guiding Flame, is not an orphanage, but typically people that live here were orphans that were taken in by the Guiding Flame, and then after graduating, regardless of what job they took, they have kind of a street corner that they've taken. And so this corner has a stereotype of being orphans who were adopted by the Guiding Flame and then brought up through here.
So they're adult orphans.
Yes, adult. No children. These are adults that are. It's tough to.
Parentless adults.
Yeah, it's parentless adults. Yeah. And it's not a requirement to live in this apartment complex. You have to show proof that both of your parents are dead. But typically, the people that's the demographic of this corner.
If this got out, Okanor's reputation, not just dating a commoner, but... Well, everyone just assumed she was upper middle class. Or at least her family. I don't mind, but I was just thinking out loud.
I don't
The back pedal was awesome. Oh, yeah. No. That's perfect. As someone who's so ingrained in the gossip, to be wow, this would cause a lot of gossip. I personally like this. This sounds like I care. I don't care. I'm just
Yeah.
that people would gossip about this. Why are you all looking at me like this?
I don't know. A lot of renowned
Oh.
priests and ardents at the temples were adopted into the Guiding Flame Institute as children and still make, a nice living. Like, just because
Of
they were
course.
once orphans doesn't mean that they're lower class.
No.
I mean, it's nothing compared to being up in, what was it, in Thornley when we went to the catacombs? Whatever. What was that?
Yeah.
Well, if
What was that street
The-
called?
The Winding Mire.
The one,
Winding
yeah.
Mire.
It's
Oh,
nothing like the
I thought it
Winding
was like
Mire.
sewage.
And if a
Bradford or something.
viscount were to marry someone from the Winding Mire,
Nah.
that
That
would
would-
cause an
that
even larger
yes.
scandal for sure.
That would be news, yes. Okay, so what does the pigeon post guy do when he approaches here? Does he go to one of the doors?
Yeah, he goes into
Where's
the
the
front
letter
door.
go?
There's like a lobby area, and you see he puts it in apartment 321. And like there's like a little like cubby for mail. And he puts it in 321, and then he leaves.
Okay. Well, that's an answer. We just go knock on that door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
You go up, you knock on the door. There's no response.
I try to
Hey-
open it.
Yeah, it is locked.
Hey, Eleanor.
I
Break
pick
out
up
that
these.
pick lock.
Oh, good.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks.
Obviously,
I will-
saying it, I hand you my lock picking tools that we made earlier.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
16.
16. You crack into this door, and you're in.
Oh, this is bad. We just broke into someone's house.
You creep.
No,
in.
we're coming into. We're concerned friends. We're not like coming here to steal anything. We're just checking in on her. It's fine.
Okay. The cop
Juliet?
says it's okay.
Juliet, are you home?
No response.
Is there any like mail on the counter or anything like that would identify that it is actually Juliet who lives here?
Yeah,
And that the guy didn't just drop it in a random box.
give me a perception check. I like the fact that you think I would just be like, yeah, he just fucking. I give you 90% of the way, and he just fucking throws it in a box.
14.
Well, my
I mean,
thought is
yeah,
maybe
you
this is like a
said that-
relative's house. Like maybe like they couldn't track Juliet down,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they had another Miss Ketters, and someone else at the Pigeon Post was like, "Oh, this could be her mother's house or her sister's house or
Yeah.
something."
We also know the cult is in the Pigeon Post, so he could have stopped at the guild hall, been like, "Hey, what's happening?" And someone in the cult in the Pigeon Post was like, "Oh, take that there."
I'm assuming she's dead, and he went to the pigeon post to get the address since he couldn't figure it out magically.
That's
Yeah.
probably more realistic.
You go into her room, and you're looking around. You do not see any like body of Juliet Ketters, but you do see
That's
there
good.
are like she has mail that's been addressed to her. It's been opened up. There
So
are
we're in
there
the
are
right
things
place.
with her name. You are in
Or
her
someone
room.
commits felonies.
That's true too.
Okay.
You do see that she has been doing a ton of reading. She's been particularly lots of books on history, lots of books on like family trees, particularly the family trees that are like accounted for are usually like viscount, counts, the Blacksbane family, like nobles, and you see she just has stacks of these that she's just been going through, and all these books about like checked out from the library about family trees, not even just from people in Thalia. You, being worldly, especially Eleanor and Renshore, you recognize last names from the other houses, from House Moss, from House Rember, from House Ashford, and you recognize a couple, and not even like necessarily big prominent names, but like viscounts as well. Like she just has stacks of these things.
Does she have any pages
Interesting.
bookmarked?
No, not particularly.
Okay. She doesn't have Eulabon's Index of Frightful Creatures, does she?
She does not.
Or the Complete History of Veremore and Beyond?
She does have that book.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
There's 2 copies of that book in this room.
Like Richard says that out loud. He sees the book and he goes, "Whoa, there's 2 copies in this room." Yeah.
I wonder what the Beyond part is.
Is there anything with these ancestries? Can I just look up Okanor's family line?
Yeah, you want to look up Okanor?
Yeah, I don't know what exactly I'm looking for, but
Yeah.
Okay.
You look up Okanor, and it as you're going through, it goes back in his gnomish family tree, and as you go, a lot of these
I
books.
keep forgetting he's a gnome.
Yeah, he's a gnome.
Me
Juliet
too.
Ketters is a gnome as well. They're both gnomes.
Is she?
me too.
Yeah, me too.
I thought she was human.
You see that it's like it has like all these people's like date of birth, date of death, physical description, any like notable events that they had done, and like it's this huge just log. It's not interesting at all, but there's not really anything particularly glaring. Actually, I would say give me an investigation check real quick. The more I think about it.
10.
10. You notice that there are a handful of Okanors within the last 100 years that attended Drayton's Academy back when it was legal.
Yeah. Can I also look at the Tirval line?
Yeah, sure.
It's not that interesting.
Yeah. Give me another investigation.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
I'll send you the document.
Yeah. You. Nat 20. Both you ladies are hitting me with really nasty nat 20s today. You go through the Tirval book.
So much better than the arcane nat 20.
Yeah, you go through the Tirval book. One thing you notice is there is like no connection from the Tirval to Drayton's Academy. They like in the last 100 years, like none of them have attended as a mage, and there is a section on a nat 20 that you notice right around the time of the betrayal of the witches, like right in that like 200 year mark, like even before Alanth, that is not in this book. Like it is just not logged.
Interesting. All right.
That
was the betrayal of the witches. That was like 200 years ago,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yep.
1400s.
Yeah.
Is there information like
does-
before that, and then like this is like a chunk missing, or does it just stop like?
No, there's like it looks pretty seamless, but as you read it, like there's part of the family, and then like the next log is like 20 or it'd be like 40 years.
Yeah, so they're okay. There's a clear jump there. Do they just didn't like start recording? Like,
There's like a generation that's just missed.
How does naming the orphans at the Guiding Flame work? Like, is Ketters in this book?
Very good. Yeah, you do. Give me an investigation check.
I don't know what that is. I think
naming of orphans.
0.
I think they just keep their name.
3.
No, you don't find any mention of Ketters anywhere on there.
Can I try again?
No.
No, it's okay.
If you want to take some books, you can steal some books from her. But no, in this
They're all
moment,
from the
no.
library, right?
So they look like they're professionally bound. Some of them, you kind of get the vibe that they're from like other libraries from other cities. Like she has ordered some of these.
Does this have a stamp that says property of Thalia, Sophos Libra?
Some of them do, yeah.
Does this one specifically, the name one?
I would say the names of like Blacksbane counts and Viscounts, yes.
Cool. I want to take that one.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just taking all the books today.
Well, whatever Juliet was looking into, seems like it got her in trouble.
Really? You think that's what got her in trouble?
Do I even remember why Okanor chose Juliet to be his, like, fiance? Like, what was the gossip about when that happened? Like, when did they get engaged?
Yeah, they got engaged this previous season. And you would know that he does a lot of work for the paper industry for the Enlightened,
Right.
and apparently they had a meet cute in the library, and she was, yes, she was an orphan, but she's also like one of the 2 head librarians for the Sophos Librum, and so, she
Nothing suspicious.
no.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, give me a gossip check real quick.
Not good. 16.
16. You would know the only gossip around is that people were like, oh, she's a little old for him. And you would know that she, like, in age comparison, she's a little bit younger than, like, your mom. So she's not like a young gnome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draft a letter to Dayborn and ask if he can use locate person on.
But who are you actually drafting it to? I will see that if you write the name Dayborn, I will clarify that you can't just write to Dayborn.
Okanor knows that Dayborn's alive. Do we tell
who are we
Dayborn
hiding this
anything
from?
anymore?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, I just wanted to see like a genuine answer to the locate person thing rather than this guy's face. You know, I don't have to draft a letter.
Wait, so you're just
Oh.
drafting a letter to test out how the
No.
pigeon post works?
No, I wanted Dayborn to tell me what happens when he tries to locate person on Juliet Ketters, and how that compares to if she's dead. Like, if she's
we're
dead, can we
out-
still find her? Or is
We're
she
out in the
trapped
city.
in,
We
like...
can go stop by at the Brighthold and see if he's there.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. I didn't want to pull us out of our way too much.
Yeah, if that's a thread we want to pursue.
Do we
Let's
have
go.
anything else to do today? I could try and read these books and get the answer, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, we do need to figure out at some point our plans for tonight. But other than that,
And then you have your date.
I do. I have my meeting with Fortest.
No,
That's what you
I'm
wanna
pretty sure it's
call
a
it.
date.
That is not what my correspondence says.
There's nothing wrong with a date.
All right. So, do we want to go do this? Because let's get through the plans for tonight, so that Eleanor does not miss her meeting with Fortest.
Do we know if Dayborn has locate person from like just the spells that we've talked about in the past?
He has not mentioned that one before.
But he might have it.
We can just
That's up
go
to
to
y'all.
Brighthold if you think it's important, and just ask
If you
somebody
want,
there.
the closest person who knows locate object or locate person is your nearest pigeon poster.
Yeah, but he just made a weird face. He didn't tell us that.
But there's he was trying to show face in front of the counts. If you ask a different pigeon poster and be like, hey, find this guy. Find Juliet Ketters. What happens? You can bug one of them. If you're looking for
I'll do
instant
that then.
gratification.
Instant gratification. Yep, not wasting any time.
Cool.
I'll do that.
Yeah. As you leave Juliet Ketter's room, you flag down your nearest pigeon poster, and they go like, "Okay, well, we'll try." Rub their totem, and again, their face gets really confused. I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting."
What? Why do you look confused?
Well, normally, when we locate person, it's like a force comes out of my body, and then I get like a response back in the direction where the person is, right? Like it's a pew, pew, and I can feel which direction they are.
Magic is so weird.
But
Okay.
this time I rubbed it, and it went like pew, and then nothing came back.
Is that what would happen if you tried to find a dead person?
No, I've tried to do that before. It's weird. You go out, and then you just get like a feeling just from all around. Like it's weird. It's like the spell just doesn't grab. But this wasn't this. This just goes boom, and it goes out. It's like you asked for a person that's not real.
Would the name matter?
It shouldn't. It should take you to. I mean, the only time that I've found that I've heard of the name really mattering is like, I don't know, some really crazy creatures where like the name is inherent in like, you know ever hear the myths of like in the before the like early convergence time, like the big creatures that would travel around, like they would have specific names, and those names are really like inherent, like carved in stone type names. But aside from that, like your name shouldn't really matter. I've heard of somebody who tried to send a letter to a fictional character, and that doesn't happen. That doesn't work. I had someone try to send a letter to a fictional character, and it took us to the house of the person who just played them in a play in one of the hearths recently. That was kind of funny. Delivered that letter anyway. But no, it's like she's not even a real person. Is this person real? Are you trying to find a real person?
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
Okay. Well, thank you for that insightful knowledge.
Yeah, sure.
Best of luck with future mail.
Thanks, yeah. Sorry I can't send your letter.
That's okay. It was blank anyways.
Oh, that's a weird letter. And then he walks away.
Okay, so she's gone. I'm
Perhaps
betting.
Not gone.
Hold on. Could your bag like fit a person?
Huh?
Like, what if she's in like your bag?
I think she'd suffocate, and she definitely wouldn't fit.
She would suffocate though. Like, I was just thinking like a bigger
Probably.
one.
Well, I'm thinking that she's got to be in a place. I think she's alive then, but I think she's in a place like Black Tomb or something where like magic can't get in. She's trapped somewhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know any reason why she would be in Black Tomb if we wanted to check there, but my mind just keeps thinking that Okanor has her trapped in something similar.
If she's in Black Tomb, she might be safe for the night. I think we were more likely find her pursuing Okanor and Cinderfall.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So we don't need to
she-
check Black
Speaking
Tomb
of
today.
my
Yeah.
my
Yes.
bag, though, I was thinking for the plan for tonight, the ambush. If Oriana and I could position ourselves on the bridge and form a distraction that is enough for Okanor to come out and investigate, then Renshore, you could swap the chalices and put the real chalice in my bag of holding. You could take it so that way he won't see it.
Okay, perfect.
We also
Yes.
can't forget we have to fill the fake chalice with blood still.
Yes. Here,
Which we
I
can't
can
forget.
take it out and I'll cut open my hand.
Whoa! Right now. I was
It's gonna
gonna do.
require a lot.
Venture is not going to be able to do it
I was
later.
gonna buy
Okay.
something.
And I'll wait till it's full.
Fool!
Well, the whatever level you had before.
It
should
magically
tip over.
filled up. I only put like some in,
No.
and it magically filled up. This one doesn't
This
have
is a
that.
replica.
And I'm holding it.
Before you pass out,
Do I take
let's
damage,
finish
Oh,
this
John?
yeah.
conversation.
If you're filling the whole thing, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna say if you wanna.
Well, at least maybe what if you just like take a break, do like half now maybe, and then we'll go eat dinner or something, and then do the
There's- There's
How much damage is it doing?
It's gonna do so if you want to fill the cup, you're looking at
Uh-huh.
4 points of damage, and then
Okay.
you're gonna take a level of exhaustion for just feeling woozy. You're filling a chalice of blood.
If she spaces it out in the day, like does half now and maybe half later after she's eaten dinner, will she still get that point of exhaustion and not feel woozy? Like I would suggest
Breaking it
slow
up.
down. maybe let's eat
If
something.
I did half and Oriana did half, could we avoid the level of exhaustion?
Is
Also,
there
I
not
take
a
that back.
blood
I don't
bank?
want to fill it.
Well, I want to fill it before, with enough time to take a short rest in between, so that way my hit points go all the way back up. So that's why I'm trying to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the exhaustion doesn't go away with a
Wait.
short rest.
No, which is why I was thinking we could split it, but if you don't want to do it anymore, that's fine.
Can we just buy blood from somewhere?
You have a butcher.
Today, before this,
Yeah, like just go to a butcher.
It's true. Butchers have blood.
I was trying to say that before you
Eleanor
sliced
is
your
like-
hand.
Knife ready.
No.
I think I've done half of it. I think I did it, and I started, and I just like as the effects were worsening, I was like, okay,
I
this
don't
is
feel-
gonna take.
I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good.
Yeah, I think at some point when you reach halfway, I think I want to like pull like the chalice out of
Yeah.
your hand and then start like wrapping you up and be like I can see you're getting pale. I don't want you getting woozy or passing out on us. Like we have a whole
Okay.
night ahead of us. This is too much.
Julius, to a butcher, please.
A butcher.
Your
of course.
distraction. How am I supposed to have a full cup of blood?
So let me show you how my bag works.
Okay.
What you do is you place it in, and it's not actually in there, and then you have to call upon the item by name to get it back out.
Do I have to say
So
it
it's
out
not-
loud?
I don't know, or you will intend it, but like you can't steal something from someone else's bag unless you know what you're calling for.
Yeah.
Which is why I figure you could probably have stuff in there, and it's being held in limbo. It's not going to tip over.
Yeah.
So you can use this bag, Renshore, and you can access the chalice, and it shouldn't tip over.
What
It's a good
if
plan.
his chalice is empty? Can I just dump it in there? Can I just dump the blood in the bag?
I think we should plan to be as quick as possible. Transferring your blood from... What?
No. What if his chalice is empty? What if there's no blood in it?
Oakenor's?
Yeah.
Do the windows on the
You filled
carriages usually open? I mean, if that's the case, just chuck it out the window while he's investigating over there. I don't
I
know.
love
Or out
the
the door.
idea.
He will.
I love the idea of Renshore going to chuck it out the window and the window being closed. Just flatters. The motion of him sitting, like, trying to be cool and just going, and this huge blood sweat is excellent. I'm sorry.
That might be a check we have to make later. But yeah, if Oakenor's chalice is empty, then just dump it out the door while he's gone real quick, or out the window if it opens, and figure it
They
out.
also waited, like, they spent all this time trying to track you down and steal your finger to fill this chalice specifically with your blood.
Yeah, but what if
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think
your
it'll still
bag
be-
and it like stores it somewhere else and you can call upon anybody's blood?
You're gonna have to make a bit of an in real-time decision.
Yeah, no, I can do
There.
that. That's fine.
But I think we come prepared with it full.
Sounds good. It'll be a lot easier to dump it out rather than get new blood.
And I'll practice with Renshaw, like putting an item in
Yeah.
and like having him call it.
Yeah. On the way to the butcher's.
For sure.
Yes.
Cool. You guys.
Venture, I think you should go in and ask the butcher for blood. And I'll sit
Okay.
here with Eleanor and make sure she doesn't pass out, make sure she's good. Maybe while you're in there, see if they have
fine.
any like juice or something. Maybe grab some juice.
I'm quite well.
Well, just in case. You're so small, and that was so much blood.
You're so small.
Okay, I will go into the butcher's.
Yeah, he gives you. I think the best thing that you buy is he gives you like it's a pack of like sausages that are just drowned in blood, and it's just like this like sealed mason jar of sausages just filled with blood. It's nasty. It's a gross.
Is that actually what blood sausage is?
The vegetarian in me
I think
cannot
blood
handle
sausage
this.
is actually worse. I'm pretty sure a blood sausage is just congealed blood. I think that's all it is. Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
It's. I'll look it up.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, he gives me a mason jar of blood with some sausages in it.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Oh, no,
Did he
it's
have
not.
any juice?
There's meat in there. Well, no, maybe not.
Okay. So we fill up the chalice, put it in the bag of holding.
And we got food.
I think, Renshaw, your goal should just be as quick as possible in switching it. And then once you have switched it, you could even go out with Okanor as if you're inspecting to not look suspicious.
Got it. I can do that. I can do this. So what's the distraction?
I think we can try to shoot arrows to stop the carriage. We could also find like a large object to place in the middle of the road.
Well, there's this classic play. Not a play as in like a theatrical play, but like a play as in like a I don't even know what word to use.
Strategy?
Yes, that's a good one. Thank you. Basically, the whole point is to fake the carriage like running over a small child that you have hired as an actor. You give a child a shade mark, they're happy. And you basically just tell them to run out in front of the carriage. I hope they don't actually get hit.
I would
And then,
prefer not to involve children.
okay. But then you have the police show up. We have one of those already.
Of course.
And then they basically are like they're going to like, oh, you just hit this child, like you have to pay the fine, like you're gonna go to jail.
Uh-huh.
And then basically,
Okanor will recognize Oriana.
okay, and then basically they just bribe the police officer.
Of course.
So then we get money and distraction.
Are you in need of money? I can give you some money, Renshaw.
Not particularly, no. I just,
I mean,
take
you
from the
just
rich,
won
give
that
to the
bet
other rich.
yesterday. You shouldn't be in need of money.
Well, I've just paid a third of it to the library.
But I think we should have a code word in place for if the chalice remains on the Viscount and he doesn't leave it in the carriage when he gets out. So that way we can enter a stage 2 of the ambush.
Yes.
Pomegranate.
How would? Yeah, I agree. But how would Renshaw communicate that code word to us if Okanor gets back in and he hasn't switched him out yet?
What's the problem?
Well,
Pomegranates?
I think Renshaw is just going to have to act quick enough before Okanor gets back in the carriage.
Okay.
Renshaw also leaves the carriage
And shouts.
to look to see what's going on and shouts something less suspicious. We can workshop that.
I thought that was fantastic.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, so stage 1, we try the distraction, and hopefully you can swap it. And if that doesn't
he'll
work,
never know.
we go on the attack a little bit and try to forcefully take the chalice.
I think we have a better shot at going up against just the
Oh,
Viscount.
absolutely. Just the carriage than the whole cult.
Yeah. But if we could do it discreetly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Sounds like a
hopefully
plan.
my bag will help you, Renshaw, so that way it's not obvious on your person
Perfect.
before or after.
There's a lot of variables here.
Perfect.
No, I think it's good. And I think we're getting close to dinner time. Eleanor, we gotta get you. Gotta get you somewhere.
I'm quite nervous.
No, don't be. You look so cute and pretty today. It's gonna go good. And you know, you have such a way with words and talking.
I'm not sure if words and talking is...
Well, I know. It's not
I
really
don't know what
Fortest.
Fortest pays attention to.
No.
He's...
But you have that skill, so I think you more than make up for it.
And maybe he will know more of Cinderfall. I did mention it to him, so there's a dual purpose for the evening.
All right. Well, good luck. You go out, go to Fortest's, and we'll meet you back at... You want to meet back at Renshaw's before? And if it's running too late, I can pick you up.
Or perhaps you can just meet me at my manor,
Okay.
so that way, if Okanor is watching Tyrval...
Yeah.
Pokenor's watching Tyrval Manor.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
We have done nothing suspicious leaving or coming from your manor. I mean, they do know that we're friends.
That's true. That's true.
Oriana's assigned to you.
You may.
It's gonna be fine, Renshaw. We got this. You go off, go out. Renshaw, while we're out in the city, do you want to just go grab dinner while we're here?
Yeah.
So fast.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Where would you like to go?
I don't... Whatever's convenient nearby. Just... While we wait for Eleanor to finish up her date.
Wait, we have Julius. Can
Yeah,
we just
she's-
ride around in a Quillen carriage?
If that is what Count Quillen requests.
No, I was like, Eleanor's gonna go off with Julius, and we can just walk to like a nearby
Oh, we're walking. Okay.
place for... We're already in town.
Yeah.
I figured while we're here, and then we can just call for a carriage to just take us back to Eleanor's place when we're done.
Perfect.
Well, Renshaw, I believe that you will do so good tonight. I know that you can speak to Okanor, and he will probably ask you about Dayborn, but honestly, you should be pretty covered there with any type of response. And so just be vigilant, be on your game. Oriana, I'll see you later.
Yes, we will see you later.
And Renshaw, I'm gonna give you... Ooh, that's good. Now math. 13 temp HP points. That shall last until your next long rest. Because I don't think I will be seeing you until the ambush is taking place.
Thanks.
Excellent. The party splits ways. Eleanor, how do you arrive to the Redvor estate?
I think I come like 5 minutes before like whenever he told me to.
Mhm.
I think I ate a decent amount before the date, so that way I can just like pick at it and focus on talking during the date.
Oh yeah, we got you
And I
lots of snacks
definitely-
and drinks after you gave all that blood.
Like the sausage.
Definitely like have my hair styled and I'm wearing a very nice dress. But I also brought like a book or two. I brought my Moorish myths.
Oh, very good. Cool.
So that way if it's not a date, I'm prepared for that as well. I think that's it.
Is your Moorish Myths book different than my Moorish Legends of Escrito Umbra?
Yes, those are
They
different.
have different titles.
You on a quick look.
No, you abbreviate.
Moorish.
It has a completely different title.
You
Yes.
know-
Moorish Legends of Escrito Umbra could easily be shortened to Moorish Myths.
The biggest difference is Moorish Myths was written by a Thalian interpreting the Moorish myths. The book that Renshaw has, the Moorish Legends Extrica Umbra, is like one of the authors is a Moor. Like it is way more close to the
Accurate.
source
Gotcha.
than Moorish myths. But there's also
Alright,
very
thank
few
you.
of those in circulation. Moorish myths is more. It's not a popular book, but it's more popular than the one that you have. Yeah. Do you believe that Eleanor has been to the Redvor estate before?
Probably. They've probably hosted
Yeah, that's
socials and such. Definitely not to see like Fortest.
Yeah. You enter in the Redvor estate, and as you move through, the servants guide you towards their library where Fortest is. And as you're moving through, you can't help but notice now how so much of the drapes, the coverings, the carpets are not normal fabric. Your eyes just keep picking up on all the sericum that is just decorating these people's houses.
Oh, shit. It's
You-
just...
You can see that like they being the of their countship, there's so much fabric. They like to do like long like things like draping down from the ceiling or like covering the walls, and it almost gives like it's not meant to look like this, but with your knowledge, you can't help but see like the resemblance of like huge spiders' webs coming out of corners and like coming to say like it's very like resemblant of like a huge spider's lair.
What color is the fabric that they have?
It's a lot of like a deep red and then like a complementary blue. And you're moving through another horrifying staple of the Redvor house is all of like the statues that they have in their house to complement the Redvor theme are all veiled, and so you can see through the face. Like it's super sheen, if I'm using that word correctly. Like it's near translucent, but all the statues have like an actual fabric veil over their faces.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you move into their library where you see Fortest dressed in like as a count would be, like, you know, full suit, everything is pressed. He looks like he is, if he was anyone else in the city, he'd be dressed to the nines, but for a count, this is your daily wear. And you see he already has like a pile of books on the table. He goes, "Oh, Eleanor, I'm so glad that you took me up on the offer."
Of course, I brought Moorish Myths, the book that I was talking to you about the other day.
Excellent. Maybe we can exchange knowledge. And he trades a book with you and passes over. And he goes, "If you would like any food or drink, the servants are at your request." And he just kind of motions to some of the servants that are floating around.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Any news on the underbelly of Thalia?
Nothing new. What about you? I know you ran off pretty excited from the social.
Nothing too new about that I haven't read before. Not too much on Cinderfall, as you said. I did some looking into mages in the city. There's lots of books here, and it kind of motions to the table about books that about the betrayal of mages, and you see he kind of sits down and kind of opens some of the books and like is willing to show you some of the passages from the books where he's like, yeah, the mages came here to study the archaic magic of the Vermore. Some say they were corrupted by it. Others say they just tried to harness something too eldritch for mortal souls.
Ominous.
Yes, very. Give me an insight check, real quick.
Okay. That is an IKEA 20.
IKEA 20. You see, as he kind of goes through like his findings, you can tell that he's kind of like amping up the scare factor. One, to make the stories seem more like impressive that he knows them, and two, like you could tell it like from his body language, like he's trying to get like a reaction out of you.
I'll feed into it. I'll be like the next thing that he says, like,
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. And you, as you kind of get him going, he brings up how, they believe it was the cult that killed High Priest Wilmot and the Watland twins all those years ago.
that's heartbreaking.
Yes, well, certainly. I mean, I imagine that's why they don't come out very often. But for how secluded they are, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a cult of their own in that moment.
Perhaps. I do believe that much more of the counts and viscounts are intertwined with the occult than we let on at our galas.
Give me another insight check.
17.
You can see in his face that he doesn't exactly know the particularly his family's involvement with, say, some things that live beneath Avondale Hill, but he's definitely not innocent in it. Like you can tell by the look, he probably either suspects or has been told that his parents or his family is involved with some dirty business, and in some creepier things. But from like the look on his face, like it doesn't look like he's like, oh, you're talking about the Spindle Maiden. I get this reference. You know what I mean? Like he's not right there.
Yeah.
But he you can his face, you can tell in his reaction that he may know a little bit more about what his family's doing. But yeah, after he goes through the books, you get him excited, and he's like, yes, I'm gonna go through the books that you brought me, Moorish myths, and he goes through, and as soon as he starts reading, it's dead silent. Like he is locked into this book.
I politely sit there and I pick up one of the book he handed me, and I'll just read and
it's
let it be what it is.
It's an excellent time of parallel play. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, and the servants come in. They set a fire in the fireplace, and it's cozy. Not nearly as cozy as Eleanor's study session, but the best Fortest can do.
Hey, the bar was pretty low for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just do that with him. Sometimes, like, maybe share, like, something that I saw
Yeah, absolutely.
or the other. But I think I just act at least like I'm having a very pleasant time
Perfect.
until
you don't
it's
have a
time
good
to leave.
time?
Yeah. I don't think that there's really... Fortest doesn't really have any good new information yet. But when the evening draws to an end, he walks you back to your carriage, and says, "I will certainly write to you soon. Especially if this cult is so close, I'm sure there will be far more ways to find information than in musty old studies."
Yeah, I will certainly let you know if I find out anything.
Excellent. And I will do the same. Have a pleasant evening, Eleanor.
You as well, Fortest.
Cool. And he holds your hand as you go helps you up into the carriage and sees you off.
I'm still unsure if that was a date or not.
It's so hard to tell. I almost think that for Fortest, it definitely wasn't a date. But I think for Fortest, it might have been. I think that's the best he has.
Wasn't a great date.
It wasn't great.
I
think our night was better.
I'll hold you to that.
Speaking of Renshor's evening, the next thing to talk about is Renshor as the time comes.
I liked my dinner with the pretty ex-fiance.
Yeah, no, we're back. We're back in it. Anything you would like to do before you leave your house to Okanor Manor?
No. Right? I don't have anything to do, right? That wasn't part of the plan?
What are you wearing and what are you bringing with you?
I am wearing the purple cloak. Of course. I will have my sword and my spear. And then some standard Viscount clothes. Nothing too flashy. But...
Okay. Are you taking...
And Eleanor's bag of
Yep.
holding.
And the bag of holding. Yep, and the bag of holding.
And are you bringing the red cloak and mask that they gave you? Are you bringing that, putting that in your bag or something to bring?
They just gave you the
Or are you not
mask.
bringing that at all?
They just gave me the mask. I provided my own cloak.
But you should get out the two mage cloaks that we've collected, and Oriana should have those on her person because they were in the bag of holding. Oh, though I guess we don't need it right now. It could stay in there.
Better
Well, I'll hold on to them just in case. Yeah, I have the 2 red cloaks. You're bringing your mask, and the rest of the bag.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. You have all your things. As you go to exit Tyrval Manor, do you talk to anybody on your way out?
No. Not unless, there's a guard at the door.
Yeah. As you begin to leave, you see, you notice Kazdeth in his room, or in the library, still studying his books of law.
Okay, I'll say bye to Kazdeth.
Okay, you say bye to Kazdeth. Kazdeth says, "Oh, it's a late one for you, Renshor."
Yes, it is. Just I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, of course. Be safe, brother. It's been a strange week for you.
It has. Be safe.
Yes, of course. Don't be caught doing anything uncouth. Father will have both of our heads. I'm sure he'll find a reason to have mine.
Just don't go in the attic.
That's a weird thing to say. Oh, sure, yeah. Okay, yeah. And then as you go down the stairs, you
Why did you have to make Kazeth cool?
He's just a guy.
just a guy. You see in your father's study the silhouette of his body in his chair.
Yeah, we're not saying anything.
And you exit Tirval Manor, making your way to Okanor's Manor. You arrive. The servants greet you and have you enter in, where Ricard comes in and goes, "Oh, Viscount Renshaw, such a pleasure to see you. Please come to my study. We have business."
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
As
Well,
you're
I
walking to the study, he goes, "How have you been the last few days?"
Fine. I mean, nothing extraordinary.
Yes, I heard through the grapevine that you also got a strange call from the the Ashen Order. How bizarre.
Yeah, that was rather odd.
Quite odd. They and then as you move into the study, he closes the door behind the two of you. You are alone, and he goes, "Some pest just will not die. Isn't that true?" Goodness.
Rather fortuitous for him. That what was it? There was a priest walking by the river.
Incredible. I've heard. He told me that he just appeared in the cathedral. I have to imagine that somebody, the priest dragged him out, and he.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. He probably fell unconscious, and they took him there.
Incredible. I could have swore he was dead before I pushed him over. Well, fortunately for us, I believe this has set him back. Just the idiot of a man set him back long enough to allow tonight to go off without a hitch. He told me he thought I had a doppelganger.
He told me the same thing. Do those like
idiot? It's a shock he got that far.
They're a myth, right? Like they don't exist.
Oh, I don't know. And you see he goes into his dresser, pulls out his cloak, his maroon cloak, pulls it over his body. He pulls his mask and his sphere out and goes, "All right." Oh, I'm shaking with excitement. He pockets the sphere.
What's his sphere look like?
His sphere is definitely a siphon, but not a strong one. Not nearly as large as yours. And
I mean, I'm sure I have some of the biggest ball in the whole area.
His will probably have it's very like rocky, and it has like red and green, like almost like kind of like crystals, but they're not like nearly as see-through. They're more like stone that's been polished.
Cool.
And he goes, "Yeah, I'm shaking with excitement." Puts his sphere away. You see he moves some books on the shelf, and then moves the whole shelf to the side, where he pulls the Chalice of Old Water, and takes it into his hand, and turns to you and goes, "Are you ready for tonight?"
As ready as I can be, I guess. I'm
Excellent.
I'm very excited.
Come with me. And you see that behind the bookshelf is like a passageway that leads out of the manor. And he goes, "Come, this passageway has gotten much use in the past few weeks." And he kind of descends down this passage.
This passage is taking us to your carriage?
Yes, it is behind the manor. If people may see the street.
I see. Okay.
Do you follow him down the...
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll walk down the weird tunnel just to get to his garage.
It comes out behind the stables, almost like a full street over. So the parallel street to Nightingale Avenue, it comes up. And sitting here, not a Watland carriage, but a pure black carriage with 2 black mares and a figure completely dressed in a black cloak and a crying mask is sitting at the helm, at the reins.
I see why we needed the tunnel now.
Actually, the driver wouldn't have a mask. They'll just have their hood up. The mask is a little crazy for driving around town. And he opens the door and motions you into the carriage.
Well, thank you. And I will climb into the carriage.
Yeah, you climb in. As you sit down, across from you is a second figure, all cloaked in black and maroon, bone mask on their face with a long beak that comes out. Okanor steps into the carriage with you, puts on his mask, and says, "It's time, Mother. We have everything we need." Mother nods to him. The beak turns to you, Renshaw. And Mother goes, "I believe this is for you," and pulls out of her cloak a bone mask for you. I will let you choose what type of bone mask, what animal the bone mask is representative of. But
did I just get promoted?
You did just get promoted. It is what mask do you think? What animal do you think Alanth would pick if he had the choice? I know that big question.
Honestly, probably a deer.
A deer?
Like a stag?
Yeah. She hands you a mask. It's like a deer mask, so it has that long pointed snout. It's got these antlers that come up around, and you can't help but really understand the significance of this, not only in being promoted within the cult, but the stag is such a high, it holds such power in Dahlia, the white stag of Blacksbane. So for her to hand you a mask of a stag, like that importance is not like
I forgot
lost
the
on you.
city's animal was a stag.
Yeah.
I should have probably picked a different animal.
No, I think that there's a difference.
I was just like, oh, man lives in the woods, man likes deer.
Yeah, no, I think that the Tyrvalds being like woodland people, like woodsmen, would absolutely, like, the deer is a great choice. And it's also like their deer is not the white stag, but that symbolism is absolutely not lost on you as you're given this mask. I need an insight check from you real quick.
Yeah. It's not fantastic. Unless you want to give it to me with advantage, because I'm so insightful.
If you can give me a way that you can be insightful here, I'll give you advantage.
Do I recognize this woman's voice?
That is what you're looking for. I'll give you advantage because you
Yeah.
called the thing I'm having you roll for.
19! Thank you.
You do recognize the voice. I'm gonna message it to you. I don't think
I have my own guess.
I don't think
I have guesses.
I don't think everybody knows. Everybody doesn't know this yet. And you're not a spoiler. And
You had no reaction to that. I didn't even know that you opened it.
A lot of processing went into it.
yeah, I need a deception. As you recognize it, give me a deception check real quick.
Hold on. Is this a standard carriage? It's just black?
It is all the carriages that you've seen in Dahlia have been made by the Watlands. This one does not have any of the Watland branding on it.
Like, how does... His father's big, right? Like, how does he sit in this?
That's a good question. You don't see Father's not here.
Yeah.
21 in deception.
Cool. Excellent. As you...
As I think about the construction of this carriage.
Yeah, you recognize the voice. You maintain your composure as the carriage lurches into motion. And as it moves north towards Thornley, the bells begin to toll 11.
God damn, there's bells.
And we're going to end tonight's session
Oh, no.
of City Shadows. Like and subscribe as we are here. The first of Asha is coming. But we'll be back next week for more City of Shadows or Insight. I think are we inciting next? We got to insight next.
Insight.
We got it.
Yeah.
Renshor's rolling insight.
Prolong this more.
Yeah.
Prolong this
more
prolong this
agony.
more, and then first of Asha.
I'm still processing. Bye.
Until we meet again over another round before rings it.
Woo!